The Bears. Hey, you guys, welcome to Mouthpiece included, TATN's very own. Big ups to all the support. Today, we're going to talk about close encounters from athletes. We're going to be unpacking a whole lot of stuff. Make sure you like, share, subscribe so we can get them in the building. Today's show, we're going to unpack the Bears Ram disaster. I saw some good things, though. Also, we're going to go over the pack, the cheeseheads, the Limburger. The pack got sent packing. We're going to touch on Jalen Hurts, quarterback we passed up on and we've discussed ad nauseum on this show. So we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts versus famous Jameis for quarterback of the week. That's a new segment. Ace and I are going to decide who the quarterback of the week was. And then we're going to go over briefly Cam. No jab, no job, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Is he being blackballed, dare I say? Then, of course, we got athletes and aliens. Speaking of aliens, our resident co-host has popped in the building. He'll give us his intro and hopefully he'll add in what's going on Thursday Night Football, TNF, because I don't watch it. I'll watch it if the Bears are on it. What up, bro? Let's see if we can get him going. My bad. Just made you the co-host. What up with it, Brody?
Microphone check 1 2. What is this? What's going on?
We got you loud and clear, bro. We got you loud and clear. You got any info on the hit your intro and then give us some info on the Thursday night game that's going on right now? If you got any info, if you don't, we keep it pushing.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Thursday from the Shy. Big shout out to the His Golf Foundation. Hosted Goose and a variety of kids from the Bo Jackson Foundation this week. Introduction to golf lessons and the golf rules, etiquette. You know, it was a good week. Just to taught the kids on how to work their way around the golf course, the different clubs. We got to hit balls, chip, drivers, hybrids, everything. And just how to work their way around the golf course. A little introduction on the beauty of the game, as well as the ability to go to college, golf scholarship. So, everybody doesn't have to jump shot or be able to break a
40-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Run the 40 in a 4 under 4.5.
Right. You can either play golf or you can caddy. So,
save some of that. That's our topic next week. We were going to do that last week, but I was traveling. But big ups to you, bro. Big ups. Yeah, that's literally our topic next week. So nice teaser. You watched any of this game tonight?
I left in the middle, maybe like 6 minutes left in the second quarter, and the Giants of New York had just been penalized on a touchdown. So they were up 10-7 after kicking the field goal.
Yes. So that's the New York Football Giants.
Yes, yeah.
And they're playing the Washington
football
Football.
team.
Interesting.
Yeah, cool. Whatever you want to categorize them as nowadays. Yeah.
Do you think they were just being a bit, dare I say, facetious, bro?
Well, I believe it was something the league wanted to do for a number of years, but the owner, Daniel Snyder of the Redskins, wouldn't acquiesce to their request. So he forced the league's hand. And once they took the trademark of the Redskins away from the Washington football team, the only thing left to do was to name. So that's what they did. And
seems a little snarky, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Somebody comes in and makes you rename your kid, and you know what I mean? And you come up with like Kunta Kunte. You know what I'm saying?
I guess they made enough money off of it. Now they're going to get a different logo and uniforms and names and, you know, make some more money off of that. You know, when it comes to the NFL.
Facts. And those, it seems like the Redskins, well, we're going to get into Cam a little later. Might be interested. But yeah, no interest. I mean, he's no jab, no job, but we'll get there. But bro, man, we were at the Bears Ram Jamboree together. Big ups to Coach Jimmy Recovery out there. He had a housewarming / football thing, right? Bears party.
Yeah. Go Bears. Go Coach Jimmy.
Yeah.
Southside Jim.
Yeah. What are you taking away? And leave your Homer hat at home. But I want to get a thorough analysis of what you saw, and let's start with the offense and the bad side of the ball.
Offense, they knew they were playing the Rams all off season, but the game plan, come on, those guys, they didn't change players. Aaron Donald is Aaron Donald. I mean, you knew who your quarterback was, so you couldn't come up with anything besides 5-yard passes. I know the offensive line is having troubles, but there's no way you go into a game plan to beat a high-powered offense like the Rams or just throwing the ball 5 yards and hoping the running game gets you whatever. I mean, that was terrible.
Yeah, I was listening to one of those guys on the offensive side of the ball. He was a receiver or something, and he was saying that was pretty much the game plan. And I understand you come in and, you're like, we're playing against a, strong rushing team and our offensive line sucks. So we have this game plan. But, once your offensive line is lathered up and you can get a little bit more in that 3-step drop, and you've established a run. So he said the game plan was to throw the dink and dunk. He literally said it, to dink and dunk and to run the football. I mean, you know what I mean? Every NFL team would like to do that. So we were able to run the football. We were able to dink and dunk. At some point, you got to throw the ball up top. At least that was my thoughts, bro.
Well, I mean, they went out and got all these fast receivers, all these speed guys, and they don't utilize them. They just, they want to dink and dunk. Anybody can cover you for 5 yards, but if you send some guys down the field and open up some lanes, either intermediate routes or, shorter or routes that are longer than 5 yards, maybe 8 to 10, then you can probably come up with some bigger chunk plays. But, that was not in the Bears game.
Yeah, I think the receivers were, pretty frustrated at that too. Do you think it's more so that Andy Dalton doesn't have that pop in his arm? He can't get it, downfield?
I wouldn't think that. He's a veteran. I've seen him throw the ball further than 5 yards. You can't throw the ball further than 5 or 10 yards. You shouldn't be on the NFL roster. Definitely shouldn't be getting $10 million in the season. I can throw the ball 5 yards. once I get lathered up, hit the resistance rates and get on out there. Pow! Pow! For $10 million. But I think he can throw the ball. It's just we've got an arrogant coach that doesn't want to give up his game plan or play call.
Yes, play calling. Well, let's stick to the positives. The offensive line. What grade are you giving that? If it's a 5-point scale, 5 being an A.
I would give the offensive line that game. I would give them a 3.5. They were put in a position where they didn't have to block long because all the passes were short, quick passes. But they did a good job. I mean,
I'd give them a 4, man, because they were able to establish that run too. It was a matter of play calling.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll bump them up to a 4 then. I mean, yeah, they ran the ball, not enough.
And they were falling like flies, and the guys were coming in off the bench, and
next man up. But you got to try and win the game.
All right, so so we have them at a C+ to a B range offensive line. Running backs, what are you scoring the running backs, bro?
Running backs, I would give them an A for the game. I mean, they started off with a long run, get the team in position for an early touchdown, and then we threw the ball away to the other team.
So you gave them a what? An A?
A, yeah, running backs, yeah. Yeah, all they can do is, run the ball when it's handed to them, and that's what they did. They only had 22, 24 rushes.
You're right. They didn't cough it up. I didn't see no drops or nothing out of them.
Yeah.
Any blown block assignments.
Yeah, they were catching the ball out of the backfield, running the ball. They did, What else do you want?
I'll go with you on that. I'll go with you on that. Not bad. So tight ends. What are you going to give the tight ends?
Well, tight ends they were good in that 5 to 7 yard pass routine. So,
they were catching it,
yeah. I give them a B+.
And they were blocking, for that running game, bro.
Yeah, they blocked for the running game, and Holtz, the third string tight end, he was blocking for the play that just in time ran into the end zone for his first touchdown in the NFL. So.
Man, that felt good, man. Man, that felt like you could tell when there's a Hall of Famer crossing the threshold, can't you? It felt Walter Payton-esque, but we'll get there. It did, bro. It felt special. I've watched a lot of bums lace them up in a Bears uniform. Yeah. You know what I mean? It felt Vince Evans-esque, huh?
Yeah, we got a lot of bums.
Yeah. All right. So, why? So you gave the tight ends a what?
I give them a B+.
B+. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm gonna give the tight ends. I mean, I can't. I'll give them a B. I just can't see, doing much more than that. All right. So then that's gonna bring us to the almighty, I would say, quarterback position. Last but not least. And we're going to do the quarterback room. What are you rating the quarterback room?
Quarterback room, I give the quarterback room I give them a B. They did what they were told. Just in time, and only had 5 offensive plays to come out there and do his thing, and he did it during those plays. Your starter, Andy Dalton, threw the ball where he could in the plays that were called. He didn't play in the preseason, so how can he, do a lot of check down? Well, not a lot of audibles or change the plays for a team he's just getting used to playing with. So, if that was a game plan of Matt Nagy and his offensive brain trust, And he that's what he did. He did he did what they told him to do.
Bro,
Nothing more.
sidebar, man.
Yeah.
They asked quick sidebar, man. They asked Jimmy Graham. You know, he's played with some of the greats, and he's resting on those laurels. Hey, get those checks. But he was like, they were like, what did you see out of Andy Dalton? What'd you like out of him? And it was this shit again, bro. It's all the way he called those plays on the huddle. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. I mean, is this proof for saying that this kid is having trouble with the complexity of the offense? And if that's the case, then simplify the offense. You know what I'm saying? And get this kid on the field. I'm saying simplify it until you build on it. That's what you do for any rookie. They did that for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a problem.
Seems like we've got lazy coaching.
Yeah, well, we not definitely not intelligent. Anybody
What's
that
that, bro?
can't, definitely not intelligent coaching. Anybody that can't get this kid on the field
is a moron. Well, so my grade, quarterback room, I'm going C plus highest. You know, I'll go C plus. You know, I can't. The guy's a ginger. You know what I mean? It's that guy could have went 20 for 20. I'd have been, so I'll leave that alone there. All right, so I mean, I just like, I can't believe this guy. And they're like, he's in the huddle and he's calling the plays and he commands that huddle. I'm like, man, what is this, man? Like, nobody I don't want to say nobody cares, but is that all y'all can say when somebody asks you, what do you like about your quarterback? I like the way he sounds in the huddle. After he's a veteran, he should sound like,
Yeah, they don't want to say, well, the other guy should be in there, so let's put the other guy in. Trying to keep some continuity, keep the locker room all happy-go-lucky and
happy. Everybody's getting trophies at the end of every game. They get bonuses after losses.
Yeah, ice cream after the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Put ice cream truck right on it.
Yeah, the lost bonus check so they can go out and kick it. Go to the club.
Yeah. They're not planning on winning this year, so you might as well go ahead. Go out there and get those checks, those bonus checks.
So what are you grading Andy Dalton?
Andy Dalton is a strong...
you said a C?
I mean, how can you tell me that this guy is a veteran, he's your guy, he's your man, but you can't trust him to get the ball down the field?
Come on, he's getting them in and out of the huddle. They had to call like 3 timeouts on the offensive end.
Well, it's because your coaching staff is morons. They had the same problems with Mitchell Palooza and anybody else that they back there that can't get the plays.
You remember when Lovey was blowing those timeouts and how that was all in the media and there was dog whistles all around like he was stupid?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this guy is just blowing timeouts, can't get the plays in.
Yeah, because it'd be the head coach. Let the offensive coordinator call the plays.
Right. I mean, I hear you, man. You should have your game plan and
the head coach.
Right, you should have somebody you're confident in that could call the plays. They should come to you every now and then on the big thirds and longs. You guys discuss that. Right.
I mean, that's what the head coach does. That's what they have the headsets for. If they think you should go to another play,
correct,
or they have a difference of opinion, they can voice that in the headsets. But when he's calling the plays, there's it's a dictatorship. And, the offensive coordinator is sitting there like, yeah, shit's not going to work. But, he can't say that because the coach is calling the plays.
So overall, we're giving the defense what grade? I mean, the offense what grade?
Offense, I would give them a strong I give them a B.
Look at that. You're generous, man.
Yeah, I give them a B. I mean,
he only got 17 points.
They got 17. I thought it was fucking 14.
Yeah, 14. There you go.
I mean,
It was
as
against
far
a
as
good team.
scoring wise,
Yeah.
They didn't get the job done.
That's right.
But as far as implementing the game plan of the head coach, that's what they did. I mean, they held the ball for 35 minutes.
Okay. Now, if Jackie Robinson had a football team, well, no. So if your baseball team did that, smacked the ball all around and left everybody on the bases and everything, and wasn't hitting the clutch hits, you're going to come out there and give everybody a B? Give them pizza and ice cream and participation trophies?
If that's what I coached them to do, yeah. But if I would coach them to win the game, yeah, no, they're not going to do.
I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like to me. But
no. You're saying it like Matt Nagy's coaching to win the game. He wasn't coaching to win the game.
Yeah, he's always coaching not to lose, man.
Yeah.
He's always coaching not to lose. We're going to get to Nagy at the end of this Bears segment with some of those fourth down calls and that, man. That was just like, man, he was coaching like it was playoff time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there was no tomorrow. Yeah. But
we can't stop these guys. They got Matthew Stafford.
Right. The Hall of Famer. So I got the offense at a C, bro. So if you got him at a B and I got him at a C, that's 3.5 Yeah. All right. I mean, that feels okay. So
that's a first week C.
Yeah.
First week B.
Special teams, I mean, if you don't notice them, then I think they automatically deserve like a B. So yeah.
C.
See? Yeah. I mean, they didn't give up any big plays, did they?
Nope, they didn't make any.
Correct. You know what I mean? So you got them at a C, I got them at a B. So again, that's 3.5.
Okay.
So now we're going to go over to the defensive side, and we're going to start with the positives. What did you see on the defensive side, whether it's a player or play or combination of things, a coordinator? What did you see out that defense? And I don't want you talking about 2018 or bringing up Donald Trump. People like to live in the past. I don't want to hear about Obama. Okay. From what you saw in the defense Sunday. Yeah. Talk to us. What'd you like?
Yeah, the uniforms look nice.
They did.
Yeah.
Look nice. Shiny helmets.
Yeah, they had these. Some people had customized cleats.
College numbers.
Yeah, college numbers. And, they ran out of that tunnel nice.
They look like college players. But we're staying positive. This is a positive side.
That's why I'm at the positive point. I think I'm done.
Are you serious? All right.
I mean, weren't we watching the same game in the same time span?
Well, let me give this some thought. Let's see here.
Because I'm trying to stay positive.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, if there are no positives, I mean, there are no positives, bro. I mean, it's.
Oh, wait a minute. And Nagy's press conference this week, they asked him about Sean Desai's initial game coaching.
Right.
I think he did, and how what improvements he think he would need to make with the defense.
Right.
Nagy said he was great in the headsets all year. He was.
He sounded confident the way he was calling those plays, getting in and out of his own playbook.
Yeah, right. He was doing a great job on his headsets.
The stuff that white people celebrate, the stuff that get us fired, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? That's the stuff they expect us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a D coordinator. He's up in the booth in a dome stadium. So it's nothing about the elements. But maybe some coaches like to be up high so they can see the whole field.
Yeah, that's what they claim. Somebody's got to be able to see the whole field.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Assistants up there, but you got to be down there in those players. That's not. You got to get in their face.
Well, if Buddy Ryan was on the field, I go with Buddy Ryan.
Stay positive.
Now, you've got to have a guy you trust up there in the booth.
Yeah.
But as a defensive coordinator, you got to be down there in those players' face so that when they decide not to tackle some, oh, you're right, stay positive, stay positive. All right, so you saw nothing positive. Let me think of what I saw positive.
I didn't say it. You can't say I didn't see anything.
Well, yeah, the uniforms look good.
Yeah, uniforms look
good. Well, this is something Nagy's big on. They got out of there, without any major injuries. Those kids play sarcastic ball.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
you're not going to get hurt if you don't touch
it. Well, that's how they're coaching them. The offensive players run out of bounds, and that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And alligator arms, and then he comes out and makes excuses for him. But on the defensive side, let me see. So we'll just go by position. Defense, I can't think of anything. Uniforms did look good. They didn't get hurt, so we'll leave it at that. Yeah. Defensive line, what grade are you giving the defensive line?
F.
Did they get any sacks?
They got one sack. They had a half a sack between Akeem Hicks and Anthony. So they combined for a sack.
Was that in like the first quarter or something?
It was toward the end.
Wow.
Like the third or fourth quarter, yeah.
Oh, I remember that. And they celebrated, and we were behind in it. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. All right. So
that's an F.
Well, there's a positive. You can hang your hat on that.
Yeah.
Kid got him a Sammy Sosa type of sack. You remember how Sammy used to smack all those meaningless home runs and RBIs, but then when you needed something, he was turning white.
Yeah, he had to quit. But I think Mac had half a tackle for the night. One assist. So, 0.5 tackle.
Yeah, they had pads on all year, really. You don't play them and, keep the pads off of them. Keep them fresh for the season so they can be ready.
Ready not to tackle.
Right.
Get sacks.
All right, they ready to get ready. Okay, so let's go to the linebackers. Roquan, he got his double figures.
Well, Roquan's going to be Roquan.
As far as tackles.
Yeah, they get an F. I give him a D.
So the D line, I agree with you. I'm going to give him an F. So the linebackers, you giving them an F? Wow.
No, not an F. I give him a D. Roquan is probably A, and the rest of them are F minus. So that gives you a D.
D's and F's, yeah.
I don't know. They've been raving about this.
They wasn't really running the ball up the gut.
They didn't have to run. They were just throwing the ball. Nobody was tackling. Hey. They didn't run until they had a 20-point lead and the end of the game.
I'm gonna give them a C. I'm gonna give them a C. So I'm gonna give them a C. You got them at a D, so that's a 2.5 linebackers. Okay. Now, of course, we got rid of our veteran cornerback, the Bear, and I'm sure it was over pennies. I don't even have to discuss it. I'm sure it was already pennies.
He was already signed.
Right. They didn't want to re-sign him.
No, they just cut him for salary cap. Well, they went to
the Bears. That's the Bears.
He went to Denver, and I think he had more tackles than the whole team on Sunday. Looked up, he had 6 tackles.
Yeah. And then they think
Broncos.
And then they think saying nice platitudes about the current players you have.
Yeah.
The current players aren't thinking, wow, that guy laid it out on the line for this team, and look how they did him. You know what I mean?
Making too much money.
They think the current players can't see through to the meat of the culture.
Yeah, we need to sign Andy Dalton, so we had to cut our starting cornerback. And now we got the guy that's working at the candy store during the week playing cornerback.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, had you used your number 11 pick and went out and got your stud cornerback, that would even be some sort of logic. Not that I'm against this kid. Don't get me wrong. He's Hall of Fame. I'm just saying, I mean, it's the Bears for you. Then you go out and you get a washed-up quarterback who's never won a playoff game, and you guarantee him a starter position. Yeah. And then it doesn't even have a caveat unless we go out and get a rookie who, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's common sense. Any veteran quarterback knows when somebody drafts, that's it. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, we're gonna get to the negatives, and then we're gonna unpack the Bears all day. So we'll push past this. All right. So we got linebackers. So the corners. We'll just say secondary. Yes,
Yeah.
secondary. I'm gonna lead in. Then I'm gonna say F minus.
Yeah. What's this? What do they give here? E? E? Can you give them an E?
Yeah, one of those incomplete. You're in the class. One of those.
Yeah.
You mean that kid is right? Him turning an assignment, right? I mean, those guys do every assignment. Relate to.
We got the highest.
You got a doctor's note, right?
Well,
Right.
Well, Eddie Jackson signed his contract as the highest paid safety in the NFL. I don't know if that's still the case, but yeah, that guy's terrible. And I love this play, prior to them paying him. But I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Well, they always pay the wrong people. His play was as a result of that pressure they were getting up front.
Yeah.
And you have to pay the guys up front and keep bringing in fresh people up front. Eddie Jackson has a great agent, and I'm not mad at him. When I heard some rookie, one of the younger guys, Ace, was quoting it, nobody questioned him on him. Yeah, Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson tells us all the time, anybody can be in the right position and blah, blah, blah.
Anybody check.
It's all about making turnovers.
Yeah, get that ball.
He said it's all about making turnovers. So that's why he's always out of position to make the tackle. Correct.
Yeah. He doesn't want to.
Correct. He's always out of position because
can't get turnovers either.
He's going for the turnover.
Yeah.
Sometimes Eddie Jackson, if it's 3rd and 14, like the play we saw, I'm gonna stay positive. And you don't come up there so big and going for the ball and trying to get the turn. All you have to do is tackle him, Eddie Jackson, and they would have punted him, and that's as good as a what, Ace?
That's good as a turnover.
That
is a turnover. Turn the ball over to your offense. You big dummy.
Man.
But I digress.
And get your number back. Yeah, we're positive. So I got an F minus, and I think we're on the same alignment. So overall, what does that put your defense at? F plus?
No, gives them a solid F.
That's sad because this is supposed to be the strength of your team.
No. I don't know. Hey, it's the first week.
Well, what about the defensive coordinator? He sounded good in the headsets. He looked good up there in the booth.
Yeah, I think they all had the same booger sugar before and after the game. Because
Ace, I have been meaning to say that on the show. I am convinced that they are having booger sugar parties, bro.
Yeah.
Pace. Yep.
Yeah. There's no more club dubs. Club booger sugar.
Yeah.
And
they gonna milk it. And they come, before every what do you call that, Ace? Press conference, they get the best of that booger, come out there and they talk platitudes, don't they?
Yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna look at the film.
We gotta work on it.
Gotta look at the film and see exactly what happened. And hopefully.
And they're gonna learn from it. They're gonna learn from stuff that you knew as a 3rd grade, kid playing in the sandlot. You know what I mean? They're gonna learn from it.
Like have you talked to your safeties about being safeties? And the first rule of a safety is nobody gets deeper than a damn safety. Have you talked to them about that? That's why they're safeties.
Well, you got a safety trying to jump everything, but he don't realize they're not getting no pressure up front no more. So that's the recap. Now, we'll touch on the Packers real quick. I'll just say that was nice to see.
Definitely the highlight of my Sunday. Heading into the Sunday night game, see the Packers get slapped around the field, and vindication of Jameis Winston coming out there, not doing too much, but doing just enough to win the game.
Well, there's some chatter about some black chatter out there in the local feed. They feel like Rodgers may be throwing it and trying to force a trade. I mean, that is,
Well,
That is a trump card that players hold, especially quarterbacks. Go ahead, bro.
Well, Rodgers, I mean, he's set up to leave the Packers at the end of the season.
Uh,
He they've been through all of this while he was, eating the mushrooms during the off season and deciding on what he wanted his future to be, whether it was on television as a host of Jeopardy or walking through the Himalayas or playing football.
if he went to the Washington football team, would they be a playoff team?
Yes.
Maybe not now, though.
They'd be a playoff team this year.
Even with him not having to practice and the reps.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, for whatever reason, him, he feels like that Fudge Packer organization did him wrong. So I don't think it's hard as into playing. They'll probably have a players meeting and, they'll run out 6 games in a row, getting first place in the North while we got Andy Dalton, the quarterback, and the Lions got Jason Goff at quarterback, and Minnesota's got the other guy at quarterback.
Hey, if you're Bill Belichick, are you trading your hot rookie for Rodgers if it came up?
Bill Belichick mentality? No. Bill Belichick team isn't built around veteran players. It was
veteran players getting all of the money.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Rodgers won't take that cut. Okay, I got you. But okay, if you're coaching, well, never mind. You're right. It wouldn't fit his whole structure. The way he's got the next man up structure. He had to mess everything up.
Yeah.
He does have money for that, but it ain't a quarterback. He'll go out and get a wide receiver and underpay him or pay him for that 1 year. Yeah.
Yeah. Or, he'll start trying to shore up a few defensive positions to make sure, you can't score on. And then we can bring that running game.
Correct. He uses all of that ancillary money to keep his quarterback happy. Yeah. He doesn't spend 15 years talking about, I don't have a line. And the offensive line won't block. Can't get no block. We don't have a line, so we got to call shit plays. But we like these guys. I mean, these guys are working hard. You know what I mean? Like,
he gets guys in there, see if they can block it. They can't block it. Got some.
Man, you can like them and cut them. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with cutting them if they can't play.
They're not doing it for you.
I don't know. The Bears cut Charles Leno last year. He's playing for the Skins tonight. I don't know if how well he's doing. I mean, he wasn't a great player, but he was consistently bad at left tackle for the Bears. So, I mean, the whole line needs to be revamped. You can get some veteran players here and there that can, they can buff and do what you need to do, as well as draft some players.
Should the Pack panic or relax?
They're in the NFC Central.
North,
yeah.
And everybody lost.
Yeah. So they didn't lose any ground, they didn't gain any ground. And they got Detroit this week.
And actually the Bears, you know what I'm saying? That was actually a great week because nobody really expected them to go to the Rams and win.
Yeah, everybody
would have been great if they did.
That to be an L.
So. Correct. But nobody expected the whole division to lose. So we didn't lose ground and took our L. Right.
Yeah.
We just have to keep running pace. We have to keep pace, throughout the season.
Well, they brought in 3 cornerbacks this week. I don't know what the result of that is going to be. Bring any more offensive linemen.
But it's all right. Fackers. F the Packers. I'll just say Fackers.
All right.
So we'll push past that Limburger. They stink. Quarter Black of the Week. It's our new segment. I was nominating Hertz and also Famous Jameis. Were there any other black athletic quarterbacks who, don't sound good in the huddle, don't sound sure of themselves. Probably won 2 or 3, 4 championships, in college, and you know what I mean, sure of themselves all the way up until they got around the white people in the NFL. So, any other black quarterbacks that you want to nominate for this week?
You got to go with Teddy Bridgewater. Took the Denver Broncos to New York and made it happen. He's a heck of a player, man.
I've always liked him. I wanted the Bears to sign him. He was doing it. They just
no interest. That was.
I mean, I was like, get this kid in the quarterback room.
That was prior to George Floyd. No interest.
All right, so we'll add him. So who are you going with before you decide?
My honorary, of course, is
Russell Wilson.
Yes. Oh, Russell Wilson too. Yeah. Is he black?
Yeah. And Pat Mahomes.
Is it?
Well, he's a little mulatto. I mean,
yeah,
50%.
Yeah, he got the drop. He passed the drop.
Yeah, he's 50% Negro. I think they'd have had him in the bottom of the slave ship with the rest of them.
Yeah. So
he might have been up. He might have been up there getting away with it. Somebody, how those deep white supremacists. Where you from, boy? You know what I mean? All right, but go ahead, bro.
That makes the field kind of thick, you got James.
But yeah, we're just saying player of the week doesn't have, you could pick Michael Jordan to be the MVP every season.
Yeah.
We're talking quarterback of the week, It's
quarterback of the week.
Yeah.
My pick is going to be Teddy Bridgewater.
That's a good pick, man. That's a good pick. I'm going with Hurts.
Okay.
I'm going with Hurts. He got that thing done, and he got that thing done on the road, bro.
Yeah.
And he was fired up.
Yeah. Yeah, he should have been on the Bears last year.
He'd have been in my quarterback room. I'd have had Bridgewater. My quarterback room would have been dark, full of people who can't get him in and out of the huddle, don't know what's going on around them.
He could have got him in the second round.
All of them. Yeah, all of them with those lower picks. And Ace, your line and all the rest of those picks you were throwing away, boy, you had studs and athletes all over the field.
Running
you know what
around.
I mean? Yeah.
Plowing into people.
All of them from Alabama. Yeah, yes, plowing into people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So we're in a disagreement, so we'll leave that to the chat. Anybody watching, leave it in the comments. Who was your black quarterback of the week? I said Hurts, and then Ace said Teddy Bridgewater. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Cam. No jab, no job. Is that why he's unemployed?
I mean, what else can you attribute it to?
He's black.
Yeah, of course, that's not one reason. But no jab.
He was Neil friendly.
Mm-hmm. And he was European.
Yeah. Listen to that rap music at Patriots camp. You know what I mean? You got to know better than that.
The Rastafari in here.
Yeah, you got to know better than that too.
But I mean, he's going to get a job this year if he chooses. But
they don't think that he can pick up a playbook and learn it because he's black. I'm swearing, I keep hearing these dog whistles. I'm like, man, listen. You take a guy and you say, what are your 30 best plays? This guy has 30, 40 plays that he can run, and you build the rest around him.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing that we've been going through for the last 60 years as black football players.
It's black people, period, even outside of sports. But go ahead. Yeah,
can't learn the playbook.
Yeah. We have to train him all over again. He's never going to figure it out. Yeah.
He doesn't have a good work ethic.
Yeah.
We're not sure if he still really wants to play football. And,
correct. We don't know if he's going to respect us.
Come on, man. This guy that Washington has starting tonight, my gosh. I mean, he's a decent quarterback. He played for him in the playoffs last year, but, you talking
Would
about—
you rather have that kid or the ginger?
I'm going to have Cam. I'd rather have
No,
Cam.
no. Well, you rather have Cam, but I'm talking about that kid that you watched on the Washington football team or the Virginia.
I'd had a kid on the Washington football team.
That's pretty sad. Ryan Pace, whatever your name is, you're supposed to be the hot, smart, blonde, white guy that we were getting. Wore those nice tailored suits, look like you got them from Mafia Row. Can we say Mafia Row?
No,
can we?
La Cosa Nostra.
Yeah, La Costa Nostra and Capone Boulevard. We're not going to say much more than that. All right, but so you think it's the jab, though, in all seriousness, because he's I don't want to call him an anti-vaxxer, but he won't take the shot.
Yeah, got to be something.
Yeah.
It's got to be that.
It
I
is.
mean, you're looking at these NFL rosters and these guys on these teams. There's no way you're going to leave a guy that has been to the Super Bowl just dangling out there when you got bums running your football organization.
Not just been to the Super Bowl, was an MVP of the league.
Yeah. Yeah, that's old. It was, what did they used to call that? When they said they used to give us stuff because of our skin color. But anyway,
well,
listen. It's
jab, no jab, jab, no job. The NFL had levied a rule. I think if your players get exposed, they're not gonna. It's just gonna be a forfeit. Belichick, he's an analytics guy, and he's like, this guy's got those damn dreadlocks in his hair. I told him to cut them out. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's shaking and dancing at the strip club or wherever.
He's definitely going to the strip club.
Well, yeah, whatever he's doing, exposing himself to the super spreading events, showing up, listening to that damn rap music. You know what I mean? Not focused on the playbook. You factor all that in, getting paid more than the rookie, and he's black. That's the thing there. If he was blonde haired and blue eyed, he'd still have a job.
Well, Belichick figures they'll protect the rookie. I mean, they had 20 people sitting out last year because of COVID, and when I was a quarterback. Now they got all those players back, and they've got a rookie quarterback that by the time they get to midway through the season, he'll know the system. He'll have his running game going in the defensive,
and he won't be spreading covert.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah.
All right, so I think we agree that Washington should go after Cam, though.
There's a few teams that need Cam. I mean,
who?
Everybody that has a second string quarterback that you don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. Quarterbacks, just like any other position, gets hurt. And if you're not bringing Cam in saying he's going to be the starter. But if he's not, and you don't have a guy that you think can get your team to the playoffs as your second string quarterback, when why wouldn't you bring in an MVP? That was my problem with the Bears when they didn't go get Mike. We've been looking for a quarterback since Sid Luckman. You got Michael Vick out there dangling.
Sid Luckman.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay Cutler shattered all of.
Jay Cutler was a bum.
He shattered all of Sid Luckman's records. That's what I was telling the guy. Well, that's what I was telling the guy about. When they say, these guys got these stats, put them in the Hall of Fame. If that's the case, Sid Luckman is in the Hall of Fame, and Jay Cutler shattered Sid Luckman's records. I could sit here and make a case. Then Jay Cutler should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The game was different. The pace of the game was different. Yeah. The rules were different.
There was a time in the league when 60 or 70 catches made you the most prolific receiver that year. Now you're looking at 112, 115
There was
catches.
a time when there was no dome, and there was no dome stadium, and there was no nice weather places to play. You know what I'm saying, Ace? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was harder to be a quarterback.
Yeah. Hard to be out. I mean, you couldn't just run across the middle of the field and all happy-go-lucky. and
Well,
survive.
you remember the white boy quarterbacks? They had to be. No, you couldn't, Ace. But you remember, Ace, the white boy quarterbacks had to be mobile.
Yeah, yeah, because they had an LT out there.
You know what I'm saying, Ace? It
Yeah,
was okay to be mobile. Yeah.
yeah.
No, you
LT
ain't
was
had no LTs flying around there. Who was before him, though?
shit.
The big dude from Washington, the big Dexter Manley.
Dexter
Ooh,
Manley,
shit.
yeah. You don't think he was on the Book of Sugar?
Woo!
Yeah, the Book of Sugar, and he couldn't read. He couldn't read the playbook,
Man,
so
they
he was
said
just,
he was illiterate.
yeah.
But hold it. They'll say these guys are illiterate, and then they'll say he has the reading of a fourth grader. I'm like, listen, when I was in fourth grade, I wasn't illiterate, Ace.
Yeah, I could read. I
mean, it's like
taking a bus. I was taking a bus to the library to go get books.
Right. I could look at a TV guide and figure it out, right, Ace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought the fucking fourth grade. It's just
You remember on Good Times, they used to be like, he's got a sixth grade education. And it's like, he can't figure out a job application. I'm like, well, is he retarded? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was reading high school level. I was reading 12th grade level in sixth grade.
Yeah.
I don't sell the sixth graders.
Yeah. I mean, because now you got kids out here thinking, yeah, Mom, that's why I'm not reading my lessons. Yeah, I'm in fourth grade. Look at that guy. He's a grown man. He reads at my level.
Yeah. No. Some cone shit. Put together.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we're going to spend these last 10 minutes talking about topic, and that's our new format. Depending on the topic. And this one, we did some research. There's not many athletes who are willing to go out on a limb and admit to this kind of thing. I'd have to believe it. But athletes and aliens, notable believers, Ace. Did you hear about Baker Mayfield?
No. What's Baker's story? He saw something flying over the stadium while he was cleaning the seats or whatever commercial he was on.
Well, Baker and his wife.
Okay, they both were eating shrooms.
And the sighting that they had, they were driving, I want to say in Cali somewhere. I'll look it up. But they were driving, and they saw some lights, moving around and doing all types of weird stuff. Okay. And other people who they didn't know saw it. They were asking Baker about it, and he doubled down. It wasn't just him. He said he saw a UFO.
Okay.
What say ye, bro?
I mean, it's a huge galaxy we live in, man. Why do people on Earth think that we're the only people in the galaxy?
Well, we think everything else is slugs, and nobody else could build an airplane. But go ahead, bro. The rest of the galaxy, they're going to be slugs.
They just, they got antennas sticking out of their heads, and they just come here to observe how intelligent or less intelligent we are, because we ain't just getting a flying saucer travel across the galaxy. Yeah, I mean, if Baker said he saw it, Baker saw it. I mean, there's been all kind of sightings of UFOs, unnatural phenomena, and the government has a whole unit dedicated to this information. So, share with the public. That's all.
Well, yeah, and if it was just Baker, I probably would be more skeptical. I've had a sighting when I was a kid, personal sighting, but his wife, and then there was other folks, and he doubled down. And I just say, I mean, it would be a weird clout chase for somebody who's rich, right, and somebody who, this would really just mess up their reputation as far as I could tell, Ace.
Yeah.
It can't help them necessarily. So I believe that they saw something. To your point about, are we alone? chances are we're not. And I'd say 51% we're not, 49% we are alone. And if we are alone, then that means that there's some technology, there's some terrestrials somewhere on this planet that has some technology that is unimaginable,
Men in
and
Black.
we're just their slaves. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they give it to the Caucasoids
And
to enslave us. Yeah.
correct. Well, to guide to oversee, but the Caucasoids in this scenario would be just as enslaved as everybody else. They'd be like the house niggas. They'd be like them. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sellouts.
Absolutely.
And that seems to make good sense too. It would explain a lot.
Yeah.
And then Ace, there was another one though. Not just this dude, and his sighting was recent too, bro. So when I did the research, and I didn't do a whole lot of extensive research, but I looked for a while, bro, and you just really couldn't find I just really couldn't find nobody.
Nobody to admit it.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I got to find my paper. Go ahead. Yeah, nobody to admit it. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you got these famous figures or people with different platforms that could admit to what they've seen or what they've told, or just their ideology of what's going on in this universe. And people are gonna say, he's crazy. There's no way you saw that, or are you on the booger sugar, or did you eat some mushrooms or something? But we live in a vast, wide universe with access to black holes, and there's no telling where different life forms are coming from. I mean, you got the whole concept of Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica and even Star Trek.
Well, imagine if you went to a planet, Ace, and everybody was, and you could shapeshift, and they had these big leagues, and you could be rich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could be the next Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Everybody love you. Of course, then all your groupies would be aliens, and you'd be a pretty nasty, shape-shifting son of a bee. You know what I mean? To be messing around with those aliens.
Maybe. Or maybe you want to sing. And
right. Do the moonwalk.
You come out with a bunch of songs and name yourself Robert Sylvester.
Or Lil Mulatto.
Yeah. And next thing you know, you've had a successful career for 30 years. I've been doing this shit. 30 years! And next thing you know,
you're on Vlad TV talking in front of 4.5 million people about God knows what and for God knows why. And all the parents are like, why is everybody watching this? Yeah. Well, Ace, here it is. Manu Ginobili. Okay.
Manu. Okay. Nanu.
Yeah.
I was just watching that the other day.
Yeah. Manu Ginobili, this is according to Bleacher Report, December 10th of 2010, claims that he saw an unidentified spacecraft fly over the city of L.A. while the Spurs were in town to take on the L.A. Clippers on December 1st. Now, I saw the video, and it was like somebody filming him. I'm like, they're filming him like, man, what is that? And somebody else is like, yeah, what is that? And I'm like, why don't you go around? Yeah, but the fans are like, oh, there's Ace. There's Ace. There's Ace. So Ace and Jackie Robinson is looking up there like, what the hell? This is Jackie Robinson. And you don't even for context want to see what they're looking at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, so it says stories and even videos have been circulating over the internet. He posted about his close encounter. He said, let's see. That's it. But those are the only two, Ace, that I could find that would admit that they saw. That's weird. Seems like it'd be more than that, especially with Kyrie talking about the world's flat.
Yeah, major sports figures. Yeah, you think some of them would have some different ex- explicitive or expounding comments about the universe or things that they've encountered in their
Yeah,
travels around the world.
yeah. All those flights and yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So, like I said, people, especially now with social media and people scared of hurting their brand or platform, you know, some people won't say certain things. Who would be the next Dennis Rodman? It looks like it's going to be your boy Russell Westbrook.
Well, that brings me to the final segment. What we were kind of going there. What athletes do you think are alien or, yeah,
Uh,
if they were alien, I'd say I'd definitely put Jordan on that list. He
Popeye
did some
Jones.
things. Who'd you say?
Popeye Jones looked like an alien. And,
All right, you're going by looks as well. I guess we got to consider that.
what's my man? Used to play for the Sixers. Tyrone Hill.
Oh yeah.
He looked alien-esque.
D-Rod, Dennis Rodman seemed like he'd be right out of that movie Will Smith was in.
You got to throw some of these guards in there, like Steve Nash.
Oh yeah, Rat Boy. What's his name? Rat Boy. He played for Duke.
Oh, Hurley.
Yeah.
Bobby Hurley. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a mixture of a rat, a human, and some sort of like alienoid. Pick up some Bobby Hurley though. He played the game.
Yeah,
Who else? He played the college game, boy. I don't think they gave him a chance in the pros because he was white.
Yeah, they didn't like Duke. Leighton. I think Leighton might have been a.
I would say LeBron and Sammy Sosa.
LeBron admitted to it. He was in Space Jam.
Yeah. And the last one, what's his name? Tom Brady. Make America Great Again. And
no, he's
still playing, bro. This guy's, you know what I'm saying? He's still playing.
Big ups to his barber because, and his Ed Brown or however, Coco Brown or whatever color it's supposed to be for him to be in his 30s.
That's what I was going to ask you. How old is Tom Brady?
43, 44?
I think he's 44. So let's just say, and this is conceivable in our communities, if he had a child when he was 16, that means that he could have a 34 minus 6, 28-year-old child.
Yeah.
That 28-year-old child could have 18. He could have a grandkid that's 8 years away from the NFL.
Yeah.
If that kid could stick it out, he could be the first guy to play with his grandson in the NFL.
Yeah, he could stick it out. I'd have him on my bench. If the Bears want to get all these other bums, I'd have him at the backup of Justin Field for the next 20 years.
Yeah, we guaranteed Tom Brady a starting position. He's 65 years old, Coach.
Yeah, we never know. It's Justin Fields' 17th season, so we need to have somebody ready to go, and just in case.
Yeah, and Justin's can't get in and out of the huddle yet. You know, some of the stuff these coaches be talking about, I'm like, that's on coaching. That's the coach's job. You know what I mean, Ace? Like if I draft you, Ace, and you're having trouble getting in and out of the huddle, I'm gonna tell my quarterbacks coach, listen, I just need you working with him on that after practice every day. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, bro.
What are all these guys doing in the quarterback room? You got an offensive coordinator, you got a quarterbacks coach, and you got a passing coordinator. So you got these guys along with the head coach calling all the offensive plays. Everybody should be ready to do everything. I know everybody doesn't get time with the first team as far as reps during the practice week, but you got your your soon-to-be starting quarterback running the scout team, and he's killing your defense during the week, according to according to the news media, that Justin Time is not taking it easy on the Bears defense. So why in the hell aren't you running the Bears plays instead of the other teams? Fucking, you can't stop them anyway. So run your plays against your defense, and have the Bears offense run their plays against whatever defense they're playing against, and just get better in your offense between the first and your second team, because this guy he's going to be playing by week 4.
Man, or Ace, if you don't do that, let this guy get 70% of the starters' reps in practice.
Yeah, because apparently you said in the preseason that Andy Dalton doesn't need all the reps. He doesn't need to
correct
practice in the preseason game.
Correct.
So
he's got the system down pat. You know what I mean? He's got all the plays. He's calling them out the huddle in and out.
Yeah. So let this guy, let your future get the reps. He's not going to be here next year. It might be Nick Foles as his backup, because nobody wants Nick Foles. Unless we can trade him to Debo's team.
To somebody from Chatham who's a DJ.
They get him a third round
pick. A high 3, a low 3. Yeah. He said they're going to all be one quarterbacks right now.
Yeah.
And tell you what, you give up a low 3 for this guy right now, and he's sitting on some third string on somebody's bench.
Yeah.
You're going to find yourself in some trouble.
Yeah, you're going to find yourself a new job the following day.
Yeah, but unless you're Pace and you got a nice suit. But if you're black, you're not doing it. But go ahead, bro.
One thing I want to mention, as far as to say the Bears defensive coordinator being up in the box. What happened to benching guys that weren't performing on the field? What happened to,
That's what I'm saying.
What happened to pull a guy out of the game,
man,
and putting somebody else in there? If this guy's not getting it done, I don't give a damn how much money he's making. Put somebody
if he's
out
not
there.
giving you the effort. Effort. You make a point as a coach. This kid who's giving me the effort is going to play the rest of the game.
Yeah. So I mean, I know everything's about money and image,
not hurting people's feelings. Go ahead,
not hurting
bro.
feelings, and getting the participation trophy and the ice cream at the end of the game. But if these guys aren't performing on the field, if these guys are letting the guy fall down, stand up, run into the end zone, I'm taking them out of the game to the second half. I mean, yeah, you say, hey, well, you're not giving your team the best opportunity to win the game. But come on,
man. And we got some chatter in here. Tory Wordsmith says, 100% we are not alone, is what he said. He said the refs. He's saying the refs. He's blaming the refs for the game.
Bears game?
I guess. He said the refs, so many penalties not called. And he said our number one receiver gets no respect.
Yeah.
Robinson,
is
that him?
He doesn't get respect from his own team.
He had 6 catches.
Yeah, he should have.
Correct.
Should have more. I mean, he's always. They talk about the separation that they're supposed to get, but if you got a scheme where you've got all these fast guys you went out and got and cut all your other guys, and you're running them down the field, open up these intermediate, medium routes, he's going to be open. So, you just got to call it.
Yeah, I like Robinson. And when they throw it to him, he catches it.
Yeah, once Justin Time gets in the game, Robinson's just running around out there in the area they need.
Well, Ace, if you got no other athletes that you think could be alien, we can go ahead and you can share your final thoughts. But before he does that, you guys, next week our topic is blacks and golf. We were going to run that topic last week, but the show was postponed. So we'll have that set up for you guys Thursday. As Ace mentioned, he's got shorties out there, and that's where it starts. You know, that's where it starts. I mean, you can't, start a fire without a spark. But go ahead with your final thoughts, Ace.
Yeah, one more. I think Joe Dumas was an alien, but he wasn't.
Joe Dumas.
He wasn't a professional athlete, but hey, I digress.
Joe Dumas. If you do the black version of Mice and Men, that's Joe Dumas.
Okay. It's a good guy though. Good guy. Big ups. Worked hard. But shout out again to the Kids Golf Foundation for introducing. Well, this is our second year in their golf clinic, helping the kids that normally wouldn't get to a golf course until they were grown, to just an introduction to the game. They gave them sets of golf clubs and a book on the rules and etiquette. So, also to mention the Chick Evans Scholarship Fund or Foundation, where your child that is not a major athlete, that's not running the 440 or that has a 40-inch vertical, can get scholarships to go to college, University of Illinois, full paid scholarships, by being a caddy or, by playing golf. So there's different ways, there's different means to get to the end. So if golf is it, or bowling, or cheerleading, or whatever you need your child to do to get out of your pocket and get their bag, now that they can sell their image and likeness, listen to them, support them, help them do what they feel that they can do, want to do, and can excel to do. Help the kid. It takes a village. We all are the village. Let's make it happen. Happy Thursday.
Hey, well said. And I want to add to that, you for damn sure don't want to be the person that's telling these kids that they can't do something. Yeah. Right? You don't want to be that guy. So we can all be a bunch of different guys out here, but as Ace said, ideally, you want to be there. You want to be, promoting this activity. You want to have them out there, swinging at balls or whatever it is they say they want to do. Maybe they want to be a mathlete. This is crazy. I'm just going to embrace it. Yeah, maybe they want to be a math. Yeah, maybe they want to be a mathlete. So what? I mean, support that. So that's the continuation of life, and hopefully, prayerfully, that's our elders and ancestors were, doing for us, so that we can move the stick forward, so to speak. So I'm in agreement with both you guys, Brother Wordsmith and yourself. We are not alone. I find it interesting that more athletes haven't had sightings or, came forward that they had sightings because they're big influencers, so to speak. But outside of that, thank you for your support. And then next week, we're going to unpack, as we said, the blacks in golf. As this brother said, they can get scholarships. They can go to Stanford. They can go to Howard. They can. I don't know if Howard has a golf team. If they don't, shame on them.
Sure they do.
But yeah, I'm sure they do. Correct. But they can learn discipline. They can become caddies. Caddies make six figures, Ace.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best
And
caddies make 6 figures, bro. Some of Go ahead.
as we were talking, it's a great summer internship or job for a lot of college students to be a caddy or work at a golf course and make your money early in the morning, get your tips, and boom, up to you for the rest of the day. It's a great sport.
Man. And and if you live around a golf course, you know, go ask around. You might have to start out busting tables, but learn the game,
Yeah.
become a caddy. Some of those people start giving you free golf clubs and stuff like that, won't they, Ace? Next thing
Yeah.
you know, you'll be in a junior tournament yourself. Yeah, that's
And
how it happens. So,
a lot of the greatest business
guys,
deals made on the golf course. Be part of that.
facts. Yeah, why not? Be at the links. Be at the table. Why not? And we can play golf amongst each other. We always imagine the white folks. We have our own yacht clubs, golf clubs,
Yeah.
everything we need.
Yeah.
And so check in next week. Guard your grill. Knuckle up. And don't forget to. And don't forget to.
Get your mouthpiece.
And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.